Hi, boys and girls. This is Miss Smith. Today we are going to continue with our sculpture unit. Earlier in March, we created a sculpture out of clay. And if you're an at-home learner, you created a sculpture out of Play-Doh or salt clay, or you used the website with the virtual ball of clay. So now we're going to create a sculpture out of paper. We're going to make a crawling paper sculpture. Here's an example of a crawling paper sculpture. But what is a sculpture? A sculpture is an art form that is 3D or three-dimensional. It is art that is not flat, but has a top, a bottom, front, back, and sides. Sculptures are made from many different materials such as clay, stone, glass, paper, metal, plastic, and some sculptures can be created from anything else such as food. This is a watermelon sculpture. Ice, this is an ice sculpture. And trash. Some people use trash and create recycled sculptures. So there is many ways to make a sculpture. Today we'll make a sculpture out of paper. It is fun to create a crawling paper sculpture. All you need is paper, scissors, and glue. It always helps to look at sculptures from different angles. So here's one picture I took of my sculpture, and here's a different angle. All right, so I'm going to play a video now, and it's going to show you how to create this paper sculpture. You're going to need a big piece of paper to glue your little crawling paper strips down onto. And you're going to need a few paper strips, some glue, and a pair of scissors to cut. So here we go. I'm going to go switch screens, and we're going to look at the video. As we're watching the video, I'm going to, I hope I can get it to play. We're going to, here we go. We're going to, I forgot what I was going to say, I got distracted. So I'm going to press play, and I'll talk you through how I created this paper sculpture. So here we go. I'm picking up the 4 strips of paper. So I started with 4 strips of colored paper. If you do not have colored paper, you can just use notebook paper. The strips are wide enough for me to fold in half comfortably. So make sure you fold it in half. Notice how I'm making that nice crease. A crease is when you fold it, so I'm folding it. Now I'm creasing it to give it an extra sharp fold. So fold all of your paper strips in half long ways first. Then you're going to pick up your scissors. Oops, nope. Then you're going to open all your strips and lay them flat. And then you're going to look for the middle fold, and you're going to find the halfway mark, and between there, the halfway mark, and in between there, the halfway mark. So find the halfway mark and then the halfway mark and cut your strips into little tabs. You don't want to make too many tabs because then it will be too complicated to glue down. You want your tabs to be nice and thick. See if I can forward that a little bit. So you're cutting it, making sure that you're finding the halfway mark and the halfway mark and the halfway mark. There we go. Sped that up a little bit for you. Okay, so notice, first thing I did, I found the halfway mark, cut it in half. Then I cut it in half, half, and half. I hope that makes sense. Then you're going to fold each tab alternately. One going in one direction, skip one, and one going in the other direction. So the tabs are folded in alternate directions. And you're going to fold each tab in the opposite direction. You're going to get your glue bottle, and remember, we're going to use just one dot. See, one dot, not a lot. And you're going to put a little dot of glue on each of the bottom of each tab. Now make sure you don't use too much glue, boys and girls. If you use too much glue, then it will be messy. And we don't want to get messy, and you don't want to waste your glue. You have to use all your fingers to press those tabs down. You can curve it. Pick up the next paper and do the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit. I don't know how to fast forward, so I'm going to just skip it. So I'm alternating my tabs. I'm putting on my dots of glue. You can curve the paper. You can make the paper straight. Then you're going to just do that with each of your papers. Put the dots of glue on the bottom of each one. See how that one? I curved that one a lot. That's a big curve. And you're just going to fit your paper together, and you can experiment. You can cut your paper into bigger pieces or smaller pieces. And you're going to create a lovely paper sculpture. Let's see. I'm going to curve that right there. Use all your fingers at the same time. And keep pressing and pressing for count to about 10, and then the glue will hold. If it doesn't hold, just press a little bit longer. And then there you have it. You have a nice looking paper sculpture. All right. All right, boys and girls, remember, always post your art to Seesaw. Always post your art to Seesaw. And I will be happy to see your creations.